Hello everybody, welcome to English class. How are you my students? I hope to be fine. We are gonna talk about present simple tense in question in negative form. Let's start with verb to do. How can we use it in the affirmative sentence in present simple? Let's read. I do, you do, we do, they do. Now let's have a look at how to use does. For example, she does, he does, it does, Ali does. Awesome. Now let's try to make a question using do. And instead of saying I do, you do, we do, they do, you say do I, do you, do we, do they. For example, do I want this book? Do you have a notebook? Do we have an English class? Do they like cats? Great! Now let's try to make a question using does. So instead of he does, she does, it does, let's take does all the way to the front. To be, does he, does she, does it. Let's read some examples. Does he want a cup of tea? Does she have a watch? Does it look nice on me? Great work! Now let's practice making more questions using do or does. Does Mary live in Taipei? No, she doesn't. She lives in America. Do you have a pencil? Yes, I do. Does he like sports? Yes, he does. Do they eat pasta? No, they don't. Does the teacher like coffee? Yes, she does. Does she sing well? Yes, she does. Good job, everyone. Let's start to know how to use do and does in the negative sentences. Just add one not to do to be don't, or not to does to be doesn't. Okay, now which do we use, don't or doesn't? That depends on the subject. If the subject was I, you, we, they, or plural nouns, we must use don't. But whether the subject was she, he, it, or singular noun, we must use doesn't. Let's practice. I don't, you don't, we don't, they don't, he doesn't, she doesn't, it doesn't. Great work. That means that we will form the negative sentence by using the subject plus don't or doesn't, plus the verb plus the complements of the sentence. For example, David and Thomas don't write in the paper. Or Camilla doesn't write in the paper. Let's read some examples. I don't eat fish. Don't you have a school tomorrow? Peter doesn't like to swim. We don't have a homework today. The girl doesn't want to go home. The cat doesn't like to play. Thank you for watching. For more videos, follow our page, English Class.